Damn, this is like the worst angle to have the camera, bro. But should I? Damn, I don't know if I should start this video because like the sky did look so pretty. See, what I wish I could do is take pictures of the sky while recording, but then I have to stop recording because which it sucks, but it's the downfall of having a phone like this. Because imagine if I could flip, like if I could flip the camera and also take pictures, that would be so fucking dope. But for some reason, I can't, because this shit sucks ass. But it's alright. Maybe I'll just combine it. I'll combine this video with the one I made prior, even though it's like a couple seconds. I'll combine it, even though it's like, it's two different ways. Matter of fact, no, we're not gonna combine it. Because if we combine it, it's gonna look awkward on the editing. So never mind. We're not combining it. We're just gonna we'll put it as a short or something. Yeah, we'll just make it as a short. Yeah. Put that as a short. Put like bloopers. And then I guess I'm discussing to you how we're gonna be creating videos. Is that not crazy? No. Live. No. I feel like there's like extremists. Yeah, extremists. Like when it comes to making videos, well, not videos, like, or movies about technology evolving past a point where it can't understand nuances between how evil and how good the world is. And every movie is like, there's like, or the AI or some type of artificial intelligence, surface the web, searches it, and see all the rotten and the stained and evilness of the world, and then it just goes into frenzy and be like, humans are the problem, which is true. Humans are the problem, but at the same time, the world will probably be just like a desolate island, well, not a desolate island, but like this desolate planet, but it'll probably flourish in plant life and stuff like that. And over years, it'll take over all the infrastructure that we have created over a millennial. Well, has it been a millennial? Yeah, over a millennial, I say. But other than that, then, all right, where there's like no positive like outcome when it comes to those type of movies. Like, it's either AI wants to destroy the planet, do a whole factory reset, or just destroy humankind because it sees the most evil and malicious sides of it. It doesn't. For some reason, you think artificial intelligence, maybe because it can't understand emotions to a certain degree and the nuance of human error, maybe that's why the only solution is straight black and white, like just kill the humanity. Because I used to think like that when I was younger. I was like, why? I don't be like, oh, I hate humans because I am one. I just be like, dang, humankind or mankind is like so vulgar and cruel. Why should we exist? And then in some aspects, it made my mind become docile. Maybe that's just like the craziness creeping up on me again. That motherfucker better not hit me. They tip my ass on this side of the road. And that motherfucker got hella shit. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
My brother doesn't work on it. Come here. No, she's super sweet, I promise you. She's being nosy.
Alright.
And I'm walking with her, which doesn't help. Hey!
Bro, she has a pretty German Shepherd. Loki, I wasn't finna outrun the dog because I got Vans on. So, like, listen. Listen, you can't trust everybody when they say they dog don't bite. They dog be looking vicious and shit. Hey, I stood my ground on some real G shit. Yeah. On some real G shit, I stood my ground. But it was like I say it's like an out of shape German Shepherd, pretty old German Shepherd. It's pretty though, pretty healthy. And she was like, she doesn't bite. Boy, that mama was big. Like I got speed. I'm not gonna lie, I got better. Like with athletics after school, like after I graduated. What makes no sense, you know? It makes no sense. I got more athletically inclined after high school with no type of training, which is crazy. But boy, I ain't gonna lie, gang. If that motherfucker did bite, on my life, I was gonna accept my fate, cause like ain't nothing you could do. Like, I mean, the dog was out of shape though, but it's whatever, bro. Hey, nigga, don't hit me. Oh, I don't even know what side of the road to be on at this point. I'm not supposed to be on no side of the road, okay? No side of the road. Bro. Why? It's the second day. Why y'all still shooting fireworks? $12 months? I feel like sometimes 12 months, some of the months repeat, and that's why it feels so long for Christmas and shit. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm tweaking. Or maybe because, like, I don't know, I keep zoning in and out of my life every time it comes to years, but I remember 2024, you know what I'm saying? I had me a significant other at the time. I feel like I didn't experience November. Like, I feel like November just, like, went across my head, or October. I don't know. Sometimes I get my months confused. Even when I don't get them confused, like, it's like so much, like, the span of my life has disappeared. You know what's crazy? We were supposed to go photo hunting and now we're doing a whole walk, which is crazy. We're doing a whole walk, you know. Should we be doing this? No. But we're doing it. Yeah. I was supposed to be taking a shower. Using the lavatory, making calls. My first video, damn, I'm losing the words for it. Like, honestly, I'm losing the words for it. My first video wasn't even a breakdown, but it was more of a so-called epiphany of me wasting my life. Right? Alright, because honestly, I think the reason it's like that, are we finna walk around this whole thing, or are we just gonna sit down and talk? I feel like, matter of fact, we're gonna go sit down. We're gonna go conversate about the duality of being a teenager, not knowing what to fully do. And no trespassing. Fuck you mean no trespassing? Right. We're gonna there is snakes over here, so I gotta be careful. Maybe we're gonna sit right here. Even though the snake was right here, we're gonna sit down in a new seat. And we're gonna talk about what's the feeling, right? It's hard, okay? What's hard? Hard being a teenager. Don't gotta pay for shit. Got a roof over your head here and there. You might get beat on here and there, but disguise it as discipline. You can't. I can't cover all my shortcomings with. Is that a snake, bro? I'm not gonna lie, like that shit keep vibrating. I'm gonna take my ass to the other seat. It's more safer. Or maybe we could just sit on the playground. Grown ass man sitting on the playground. No. Oh, I almost stopped the recording. Grown ass man sitting on the playground. Ain't that some shit? But as I was saying, you can't really throw all your shortcomings and mishaps on your mental illness and why you can't socialize with other beings, or saying you're neurodivergent or neotypical. You know what I'm saying? You can't self-diagnose yourself for a reason why you're so weird. I mean, you can't just blame others for your downfall. I think it's the fear of failure, and the fear of telling people that I failed. Because I don't have a view of myself of me being successful or this great person, or this is but I don't want to have this view of myself where I need self-pity. That's why that's why I always hated people to pity on me. It's like a person trying to hide their poverty with their rich friends, and they know they're poor, so their ego gets the best of them, their pride gets the best of them, and they can't explain it. But I'm learning. I'm evolving slowly but surely. But I think blame my mishaps on others is what I used to do. Because I was scared to tell people that I'm scared to fail. So I just never tried. I rather, you need failure to succeed. You're falling and you're learning, But I was too scared of failure. But if I knew the place was already failing, I would join them and just be like, well, I don't gotta try as hard because it's already failing, I didn't put forth the effort in a lot of things, and I think that's why I'm here. That's why I'm where I'm at. This is self-induced, It's self-induced. Most definitely self-induced. Yeah. And when people say it, soak it up, soak the moment up, and endure the moment. Why can't I just enjoy the moment without soaking it up and not thinking depressingly about, oh, this might be the last moment, I might as well, soak it up. Like, why can I not just enjoy the moment how I usually would, even if it's the last? I can never get past that. And I think seeing my mother cry really put a fire under my butt, and I hope it does. I'm gonna gather the confidence of trying other places, trying all these areas. I want you talk about success 24/7, but never do anything about it, right? But I hate when people clump it up. Oh, it's just it's just that psychology, philosophy bullshit I used to do. Like, I hate when people used to downplay their success. I used to hate that. Like, oh yeah, I used to be MVP all the time. MVP, that's whatever. Like, downplaying the shit that you have accomplished, it's like a slap in the face for the person you were at that time. So when I maybe when I seen people diminish that, I was like, damn, I want to be different. Even though we're doing the same thing, I want to be different. But if we're all different, then we're all the same. So some people got to be the top of the crop, and some people just got to be the bottom of the barrel. So it hurts. It really does hurt knowing that I'm a failure. But you can still, you can still fail, but succeed for some reason. Succeed and still fail. But honestly, though, how you doing, though? How you been feeling? Don't worry about me. How you been feeling? That's good. That's good. That's great. I'm probably gonna head home now. Well, shit, I can't even call it a home because I don't live there anymore. I'm gonna head to the place that I rest my head at here and there before I evidently gotta go again. Whee! But I don't know the last time I went down a slide. Oh, what the fuck going on? We're just gonna go back the way we came. I don't really even stay outside for long. Oh, damn, I've been covering mic the whole time, bro. Oh my god. That's a L. If the audio is shit, then yeah, we'll cut. I used to love hearing stories about how artists used to be homeless and used to hop house to house and stuff like that until that one song blew up or that one good idea they had finally took off, and it just shot them to notoriety. And I used to think, I'm like, that seems so unrealistic, but it happened in real life so many times. So I'm trying to figure out, maybe it was planned the whole time, right? Like how you see old videos of the person that they used to be, how they used to be normal, but now I feel like it does something to the psyche once you get notoriety. Like, I think it builds like a type of complex that makes you think that you're higher than everybody around you, no matter who they are. I think it builds on your ego. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like the intake of it really shows who you were in the beginning. Really shows, and I think that's why you see so many like rappers and artists go to their old neighborhoods, because the life they're living in might be good in your eyes, but they need like something that's comforting, something that's like nostalgic to keep them from going insane. And then those people who are from the place, they'll be like, oh, well, you think you're better than us now, but whole time they're probably just the same person, just with a little cash now, it's a little fame. They haven't changed. That's why you hear the saying, money can't unlame you and shit like that. Holy. They think money changes a person. But it can. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. So. I hope she doesn't hit that man. Hey, slow down. Slow down. There's a man right there. There's a man, he was fixing his jacket, and the lady was going pretty fast. I thought she was gonna hit him. But, yes. Bro, when's the last time I made a video like horizontally, or full screen? I don't know. I don't remember. But it's kind of weird, like. Fuck, her bright ass lights. But hey. Damn, man. Why are you zooming through a neighborhood going like 70 for no reason? What do you gain from zooming through? But you can't complain because the road is for the cars. But still, like, you're zooming through for no reason. But can't say no reason, because they may have a particular reason why they're zooming through hella fast on a community route type stuff. But hey, man, that was good little yap fest about what the video was supposed to be about and what the prior video was. Good little yap sesh. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me because I did the damage on my own. People tend to mask the mistakes they have by trying to soften the blow. Holy, yeah, his lights are bright. They be like, when's the last time you went to the gym? Whole time it's been like a year ago, and there's like, man, I haven't been to the gym for been like maybe if that, like 5 or 9 months. Whole time it's been damn near a year and a half. they try to soften the blow and make it seem like it's not that bad, which it is, you know. But we all get it. Holy shit, he's about to hit me. He was coming around that corner pretty fast, not gonna lie. I'm trolling. But anyways, sometimes I used to wonder a lot why the people who are in charge of where you live or where your people live, why do you make it so unsustainable for the so-called people you work for hard to live? You know, a central servant, I guess, or a citizen servant, or a servant of the people, right? You know, even though you're in charge because we gave you that authority. So why make it so hard for us to live? And then split us apart by two divisions of what's right and wrong. How can we? Why? You know, I know it's a rainbow world if you think a rainbow world and like a delusional type of aspect if you think we all can just join hands and kumbaya your way out of, you know, the most damning things of the world. But I always questioned myself when I was younger, because when I was I'm still young, but when I was like a child, it was like, what's your dream job? And I was always like, a dream job? Why would I want to dream to work? Why would I want to work? I don't want to work. You know. And then when they say dream job, I was like, do you mean dream passion? Like, what are you passionate in? Like what do you want to do? Or like, because when you said work, it makes me feel like I'm working for somebody or I'm working for myself, because maybe if the labor has changed, because as I was younger, I was like, maybe, what do you mean by that? Because I guess I couldn't put the words to it, but now I kind of can, you know. In a way, I was like, work, why would I want to do manual labor? Why do I want to do that? And then people called me lazy, and I'm like, damn, I feel like it's not even me questioning laziness, but I feel like lazy was just a word people will put on people because they didn't want to be a slave to a cognitive wheel that somebody higher up controls, right? And, you know, but I thought like that, but I couldn't put it to words, right? And then the more I started to look, I was like, damn, I see why people don't say that. Okay, guys, we get it. I was like, damn. And then when I told somebody that, they just, damn, their house is clean the fuck out. When I told somebody that, they was like, well, you're gonna be a fucking bum. Those exact words. You're gonna be a fucking bum or a hipster on the road talking about conspiracy theories and what isn't or what ain't and how the government's fucked up while we're gonna be working making millions. And then when they told me that, and then with that, I'm like, damn, well, I guess I gotta, you damned if you do, if you damned if you don't, so you gotta be the slave to something, maybe be a slave to something that you appreciate. But then I lost that meaning, and then I figured it out again. I was like, well, damn, am I a slave to freedom, or am I a slave to financial freedom? I was like, maybe that's why the people that I know are so greedy and they want money, you know? Maybe that's why. And I kept on thinking, I'm like, damn, is this shit worth living? And that shit just pushed me down a bigger rabbit hole of just straight questioning what was the point. I think by the age of 12, that's when it really hit me that I'm like, the purpose, right? Because now that I'm older, I think our purpose is to adapt, evolve, and create. But when I was younger, I thought our purpose was futile because we had no purpose, and there was no so-called direct purpose. You had to create your own, and that was very depressing to me. So I was like, shit, I can become an entertainer if it's not sports or education. I can become an entertainer in some field, or I could just die. And I feel like dying was the easy way out. But I feel like we tend to not personify death, but we tend to simplify it. So, but I'm gonna wrap it up here, because I got things to do, things that I should have done. But it was great talking to you once again. We'll upload these videos. I'll probably upload this one tomorrow and upload the one I made today and upload that one today. So, yeah. Thanks for listening, you know? And you have a great day, I guess.